You know what that means.
Oh.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's time to start the show.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The microphone is continuing to try to do something naughty down here.
Yeah, Drew's
It's falling.
You know, when a
microphone keeps falling.
When a microphone loves a Drew, they try to fillet him.
Drew, yeah.
You know, hold on, my sponsor texted me. I gotta.
Man, we're really starting off this show real good. I'm singing like Alicia Keys. Mm-hmm. Your sponsor just texted you. Yep, that's it. Those two things have happened.
And that is the podcast for today.
Bye.
Goodbye. See you next week.
Welcome to Sober Boys, episode 31. We're going to be talking together this entire pod place. I was going to trip you out.
Yeah, we're a little rusty on that, but that's okay. We don't do improv anymore because improv is for...
Quitters.
Yeah.
Quitters.
Yeah, that's what you were going to say.
Yeah.
I knew that's what you were going to say the whole time. What else would you say?
Fat, straight men who are 40 years old and have a goatee.
Yep, certainly.
They're also for that.
There's a lot of those guys in there.
Women who need a boost of confidence.
People who, in the workplace, they're trying to get more confident.
People who frequent Dragon Con.
People who need friends.
Business people who are told that they're funny.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of business people.
The most annoying person, family member.
Yeah.
The most annoying member of the family does improv.
Drew has more expertise on this than me because he did it longer than I.
These are all kind of jokes. I don't really have any results.
So here we are, Sober Boys, episode 31.
Hey, let's crack open a Liquid Death.
Liquid Death, not a sponsor.
It never will be. And it never will be.
I don't.
Not even they give us $1 million.
Don't you dare threaten me with $1 million. I'll never sell out.
That's my strategy. I gotta get a sponsor, Taylor.
Yeah.
I've got to be like, don't even dare sponsor us.
You play hard to get.
Yeah. So let's be on the same page. But yes, don't even talk to us, Liquid Death.
Don't even open a big briefcase full of $1 million in front of my face. I'll sneeze at it.
Yeah, I'll piss right on the grave of the owner of Liquid Death.
I will.
Does the money have a grave?
Yeah, we're going to put it in a grave. We're going to
piss all over it.
You know what we would rather do?
You heard it here first.
You know what we would rather do? We would rather dig a hole, put that $1 million in the hole, pee on the money in the hole, and bury that money than take that money from Liquid Death.
I'd rather train a gopher to dig the hole for me.
Yes.
Yeah. Spend probably like a year befriending a gopher and training him to dig a specific hole to put the money of Liquid Death in there. Yeah. And then pee on the gopher. All right. All right.
And the gopher gets buried too.
Yeah.
And so I would...
But he has a straw where
you breathe.
Can you tell I'm tired? This is nuts.
What we're saying is we would spend upwards of $1 million of our own money to not take $1 million.
I'll pay you not to sponsor us, Liquid Death.
Yeah, Liquid Death. You take our money. How about a briefcase full of money from us?
In a sense, we are paying Liquid Death not to sponsor us by enjoying their water right now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To another day of sobriety.
Hey, I will go ahead and say this. These crazy views, they're crazier. They're going to be crazier tonight and today, this evening, because... Exactly, because we have air horns, and I'm on like 4 hours of sleep, and I'm gunslinging it, and thank you. Each hour was harder than the next. Slept harder and deeper and harder and deeper. Anyways, so those views and opinions that we're going to express, that's enough. I didn't deserve that type of ovation. Gauge the ovation. I mean, people were standing. The views and opinions expressed by Taylor and me, and especially me tonight, because who the fuck knows where we're going.
No.
Stop it.
Guys, please. It needs to
Wait till I finish. Wait till all the names of the deceased are read aloud, and then we can all applaud. That's how the Nuremberg trials ended.
Is it?
He just read the names of the people going to jail, but they all started applauding first, and that's where the guy was like, "Wait till I read all the names, then you will applaud that they're going to jail or getting executed."
Is that what Schindler's List is about?
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, PSA.
Schindler wrote all the PSA. So these crazy views and opinions expressed on this podcast and any of our podcasts in no way represent the views and opinions expressed by the Central Office of Alcoholics Anonymous or that of any other 12-step program. We just want to have fun and let you know, hey, sober people, it can still be fun and we can also still be helpful.
Herein without, in regards to nothing is left unbequeathed behind the way we thought it once were.
Vis-a-vis.
Carpe diem. Vini vidi vici.
E pluribus et unum.
E pluribus et unum. So here we are.
That's how you get over the border.
We are here. We are excited to be here again. Once again, we're back. And
we're back. We're doing it.
sorry for any delays in getting these episodes out, you 10 people that have been listening.
I think we've been done. I mean, by a week.
Enough.
Taylor's still sober, right?
I'm still sober.
That's a big accomplishment.
Despite girl stuff, still sober.
Yeah.
Despite the challenges God throws my way.
Fuck off to the girl stuff and stay
Which
sober.
it seems like it's in a much better... No, I don't know where it is, but it's good. It's better than earlier today.
You're here.
Yeah.
We're enjoying a can of Liquid Death, no sponsor. Yeah.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have it any other way, obviously.
Yeah.
$1 million or not, we're still the same guys.
So what did you do today to stay sober?
I prayed.
Yeah, me too.
I called Blanche.
Dude, Blanche is good.
Yeah.
I called Blanche and he didn't pick up today.
Son of a bitch.
So he likes you better than me, I guess.
Fucking idiot. Well, we were supposed to golf on Saturday, but it's
Okay.
going to be wet. It's not going to be golf weather.
Wet
on
golf.
Saturday.
Golf and slip and slide.
Golf is the slide. Okay.
Gophers and golf and slip and slide. I mean, we're just shouting out Caddyshack inadvertently.
I hate that movie.
Do you hate that movie?
Yeah, every time it's on,
Rain,
my skin peels.
but none of my shoes.
I made my bed.
I don't know the lyrics to that.
I made my bed. Did I?
Yeah, it looks.
I made my bed.
Your version of Made.
That is my version of Made, absolutely.
Taylor's version.
Who else did I call?
Like the singer songwriter.
Who else did I just
What's her name?
talk to?
Taylor Smith.
Launch? Taylor Smith.
I don't know. I'm not familiar.
And now we're doing this, and I probably ought to go over to a meeting at 6:30 maybe.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I have to turn off my watch. It was on workout mode, and I'm not in workout mode.
Hey, and you worked out. That's really good for clearing your head.
Is that doing something for sobriety? Would you say it is?
I think it would. And in my opinion, when I was working out consistently, and like I said, I'm done talking about working out consistently. I'm just going to effing do it.
Sometimes speaking things into existence takes more speaking.
Yeah. So it's yeah, I don't know. All right. So I was
What'd you do?
today I was waiting on
lay it on me.
I was waiting on
Hey, Drew, hold up right there. Lay it on me. Come on, I'm itching at the bit to get that info. How'd you stay
it's
sober?
at the good old
How'd you stay sober today, Drew?
All right. Well,
Wait, hold on.
I was about to do a whole tangent, but I'm not going to do that. I stay sober by...
Come on.
Okay. I'm having card troubles and problems and all that stuff, so I was waiting on an Uber to get my haircut. My haircut looks very good.
It does look good.
Shout
That's
out
why
Trophy Room Barbershop.
I meant to say something and then I got distracted.
But I was looking at our past YouTube videos to see how many viewers we had. And one of them we eclipsed 100.
107.
That's
I
pretty
just
good.
saw that.
But I wanted to see if there's any comments. But I looked at the older ones and I was looking at me in just a t-shirt and I was like, that's when I was working out consistently. It didn't look like
Could you tell?
I
the
didn't look
difference?
jacked or anything, but I'm like, I look like I feel better than I do now. And so
Yeah, you can get back into it. I feel better when I'm working out. It's been, honestly, this girl stuff did distract me from going to the gym, but I went today. And even it was like 30 minutes, but I still feel my body feels, the endorphins are running.
you just clock in. It's a good form of meditation or the 11th step,
Yeah.
which we will get. Well, we already went. I was about to say, we'll get to eventually. We did get to that. The 11th step your form of meditation can be all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, when I was doing it on a daily basis, that was kind of a form of clearing my head,
Right.
and just doing something that's good for me.
I did, talking to Blanche earlier on the phone, he did say that it sounded like I was making this girl my higher power. And I was like, you know what? I kind of...
You're starting
I'm
to.
not trying to, but it happened.
He was more blunt than I was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we had a whole meeting on sex.
I know, and I missed it. I was
It
sick.
was something.
I was sick on Monday, and I've recovered fully.
which I feel like it's a pretty good thing to talk about in a men's meeting.
I think it's a pretty common thing for most men in AA most straight men, heterosexual men, to have women I think every man on earth, for the most part, has women troubles at some point. Maybe not troubles, but like the emotions that come with it can be quite disturbing to your routine. My routine. I can only speak for me.
Disturbing to thine routine. Yeah, it can be. It can be like, what was I going to say? It's always a touchy subject when talking about it because everyone has different experiences and you never want to impose your own experience on another individual. And I've been with the same person for 12 plus years now, and beautiful ice movement from the cup. And so what I think, that all being said, is I think I was afraid to say what Sean said, even though I was feeling like the same way. But
I think here's what I'll leave it at, because
we're not talking about this relationship the entire podcast.
No. It's taken me a bit to make it casual and to like really wrap my mind about it being casual.
Yeah.
And what I need to do is I need to not be in constant contact with her as much. I think that also doesn't help.
I think struggling with a relationship is it's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you're not,
it's not
drawn
illegal.
to.
You're not going to AA jail.
wee woo, AA police. We need do you have a siren?
Yeah, I do.
That's what the AA police. It sounds like a gateway computer shutting down. Remember those?
No.
Gateway, the computer box with a
gateway.
Get it at your local
gateway.
Comp USA or Circuit City.
Gateway computer. Gateway.
Kind of gay.
Gay computers. Boys kissing boys on these laptops.
Ladies touching ladies.
Nope.
Boys kissing boys.
Gay in the guy way.
Shit, what was I talking about?
Something spooky.
Oh no, I think it's perfectly normal to have struggles with, especially if you start relationships in sobriety, as long as you're not drawn to that obsession of the drink or the using the substance, then work your way through it.
Yeah.
If you feel like yourself getting drawn to handling this relationship through using a substance or a drink, well, first fucking call somebody, and then then it becomes a bit of more of a problem.
I was about to call it off this morning because it has been distracting me from AA, from God. It's been distracting me from doing podcast stuff, just like putting out clips, and I like doing that stuff. It's been distracting me from doing the things.
Paperclip being like, you look like you might be distracted. Can I help you?
It's been It's just been distracting me from doing the things I find passionate usually.
Yeah.
So...
And that's okay. You can have a week of that.
Yeah. But more than a week, and it's like, this is exhausting.
Yeah.
This is exhausting, and it feels immature.
Yeah. I kind of had that version. I've had that version this week with other stuff. Not with a relationship, but with putting my full... So gross.
Sorry, it just sounds funny.
Just had a peanut butter sandwich. I had to clear my throat.
With bananas on it.
Why did I do that? It got too sticky. It's just got, as we're talking, Cletus, stop having sandwiches. They're just so good.
They're so good. I get hungry when I get doing a podcast. I get so hungry.
I get so hungry. I get nervous that I have to keep eating sandwiches. Cletus, my bread and peanut butter and banana budget has gone through the roof since you moved in.
I'm sorry, but ever since the first podcast, I've eaten a peanut butter and banana bread sandwich.
Why are we living together again? Remind me.
Oh, because you owe me a debt you cannot repay.
That's right. I ran over your possum, your pet possum.
My pet exploded and a bunch of little baby possums ran out. And then you stomped on the other little baby possums.
And now we have to go to the woods to gather up the rest of the possums, and then you can leave my life forever. In the meantime, just eating sandwiches. This is unhinged.
Hey, the further we get with each episode, we get a little more unhinged.
This is unhinged. Anyways, my distraction was work.
Yeah.
My work dynamic has changed a little bit, not in the most positive way. It has been preparing for the baby, or lack of preparing, and then getting angry at myself for not doing absolutely everything, and then my nicotine addiction's back. So it's like those three.
Mine was back, and I thought
I thought that's what gave me sickness. I think it did.
Yeah.
You think it's possible that vaping could make you sick?
Probably.
Because I got a sore throat last Friday.
I've got a weird dry cough. Could that be the vaping that I do?
But then I felt really sick on Monday, and then I recovered pretty quick. I feel good now.
There's a higher possibility that vaping shit for you than it is benefiting you in any way.
I just don't think, I think I'm long for this world.
Anyways, all this shit has distracted me from
focusing
on what makes me the most, usefully whole.
Yes.
Is, helping other alcoholics.
Yes.
And then being of service to the people I love in my life.
Yeah.
And when I do that actively enough, then I'm at my, like I said, most useful and I'm at my happiest.
That's me too. And that's
but you know what?
I felt as well.
There's pops of happiness. We can't be happy all the time because holy shit.
Yeah. Life happens.
Then we'd be brain damaged.
Life gets lifey.
Then we get lobotomized.
Just like that one guy.
Yeah.
Just like that third member of the podcast we used to have.
Yeah.
He's gone now.
Well, he's just moved on in the other room.
Yeah. We've eaten him.
He rolls in. Get out of here!
Get out of here! You stunk on the podcast.
You were bad. That's why we had to drill into your head.
You didn't say much, and you seemed so nervous every single time.
Do you think he was already dead? No.
He was dead the whole time.
We have actual structure.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. We've got a plan.
We've got, I got this from a pamphlet at a meeting. It is a pamphlet I got from a meeting.
Yeah.
It's called Questions and Answers on Sponsorship. It's frequently asked questions. Since we broke open the Working with Others chapter, even though how's that ice? Anytime I'm getting to any form of structure today, you do something, and I normally can ignore it, but my lack of sleep is like, ooh, what's that? Yeah. Ooh, what's Taylor doing here? Ooh, ice, what can we do there? We've got FAQs on sponsorship because I feel like that is look at that.
Hey, don't worry. I also brought a pamphlet.
Hey, is that the same thing?
No, I also have a pamphlet.
What's your pamphlet? Maybe we can decide which pamphlet to go in.
A member's eye view of Alcoholics Anonymous.
I think if it's read like that, then it's probably a typo. Anonymous?
A member's eye view of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Oh, that's the correct one.
Yes. It's a different program.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah. So Drew brought this is just one that...
what is that? A member's eye view? What does that even mean?
It means like a guy who's he's in the rafters above a meeting. He's looking at yeah.
Ah, and he's writing.
Yeah.
He just slits the pamphlet over and what the fuck? What is that? A member's eye view? What does that even mean?
A declaration of I don't know.
Why did you get that pamphlet in particular? Was it suggested of you to get that pamphlet?
There's this feller in AA. Some call him fuck.
Fart fuck?
Yeah, fart fuck. And he was talking about his program. He was like, for some reason, he took me over to the pamphlets and he took one. He's like, go home and read this.
Have you read it?
No,
I've never read it.
I don't. I have not much of a desire. But he works a pretty rigid program, like doing. He does like a pretty in-depth 10-step every night.
Would he have toys in Toy Story?
What do you mean?
I'm trying to get the name of the guy.
Oh wait. No.
Okay.
No. He's got gray hair.
Oh, okay.
But he's like in his 30s. He's young. He has gray hair though.
I'll ask you later.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But he just works a pretty rigid program. And I mean, it seems like it's working for him, but
rigidity.
It also seems like his program has made him a little he seems a little nuts.
Yeah.
But just like for some reason he's like, have you ever just read any of these?
There's a
I told him I would get back.
There's a quote in the room of wearing this program as a loose garment of clothing.
His garment seems like he's tangled up.
It looks like he's wearing a turtleneck.
No, it looks like he's got wires.
He's like in a straitjacket, but he's not trying to escape.
He got stuck in a thing of electrical wires.
I wanna wear mine as like a loose chill cardigan.
Yeah.
Like a beatnik poet would wear.
I want mine to be literally a monkey on my back.
I want chainmail.
Yeah.
Monkey on your back's good.
I want mine to be a good monkey on my back.
Yeah, there's the phrase is something like wear this program as like a loose garment. Chew your ice loosely. Hold on loosely. Well, 38 Special always said.
Does that sound good or bad?
Yeah. It sounds like ice crunching. Okay. It's up to you if we want to be an ASMR channel.
No, I hate ASMR.
Well, then that sounds bad.
That stuff sucks. It makes me so mad. People don't know how to do it. And,
people don't know how to do it?
It makes me go. Ugh.
Do you have a specific way to do it?
I think there is.
What's your way to do it?
Well, like someone's cutting into their own skin. I want to see what that sounds like.
I am Jeffrey Dahmer, and this is AIM. If you like,
yeah.
Be a TikTok star.
So we're gonna read a pamphlet. We're gonna do it. I swear we're gonna have structure today.
Oh, we're already out of structure, but maybe we'll have half structure.
Let's dive back into it.
I don't know. I wanted to get into
reading them at the same time.
Yeah. So we're trying our. I'm trying my best to wear.
To you tonight from a prepared text.
What is that even about, though?
I don't know. There's no glossary.
What's a gloss? Wait, look in the back. What does it say in the back?
Okay, a declaration of unity. This we owe to AA's future, to place our common welfare first, to keep our fellowship united. For on AA unity depend our lives and the lives of those to come. For Jesus came to us in a vision at night. I said to it doesn't say that.
That sounds like something like a dystopian YA government.
This we owe to AA's future, to place our common welfare first, to keep our fellowship united, for on AA unity depend our lives and the lives of those to come.
So if a newcomer read that, I feel like it would scare them.
I am responsible. You've heard this.
Yeah.
When anyone anywhere reaches out for help, I want the
true.
hand of AA always to be there.
Yeah, I like that better.
And for that, I am responsible.
I like that than being like, our strength is in our unity. I hit the books.
Here we go.
Okay, can you please tell me what your pamphlet is about?
I think I found it.
Okay.
This pamphlet is designed to explain to people in the helping professions how AA works.
Oh.
So like therapy or something.
Okay, it's like explains a member's eye view. Okay.
Though the AA program relies upon the sharing of experience, strength, and hope, and sometimes snakes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a specific meeting. That's the snake meeting. We go there every month.
And hope among alcoholics. And
that's when a snake shares, and it's like amazing.
There is also a dog that just moved in below that barks sometimes.
What up, dog?
You hear him?
Yeah.
That it's a lot.
Yeah.
The recovery process itself is highly individual, adapted by each member to meet his or her needs.
Agree so far.
Therefore, the program is described here as it appears to one member, but the pamphlet does reflect fellowship thinking since it has been approved by the AA General Service Conference.
Okay.
The author of this paper delivered it first before a class on alcoholism counseling at one of our large universities. AA World Services Incorporated wishes to thank him for his generous permission to reprint and distribute this talk.
So it's a talk to counselors.
Yeah.
Did you share an interest on becoming an AA counselor?
He wanted me to
Why did he tell you to read it?
He wanted me to read this whole fucking thing and then text him about it. This is
he your
so
sponsor?
much reading. No, he just said I should read this, and I don't know if he even read it.
All right.
It's a long pamphlet.
Hey, you read it and I read it. How long is it?
It's long.
All right.
It's long. This would take.
Tune in next week. Did we read it? Oh,
look at this.
That's a lot.
Okay, what's yours about?
Well, this is what we're going to do today, is we're going to talk about sponsorship. It's frequently asked questions. I think sponsorship is the most kind of like, not most interesting, but it is a interesting aspect of a 12-step program.
Yeah.
Like if this dog was my sponsor, it would not be that helpful because he wouldn't have the general knowledge of what he needed to do in order to support me. But when people think of sponsors outside of 12 steps, I don't think they know what to think at all.
Yeah.
It sounds initially like someone's paying you to stay sober.
And so we're not talking about this at all.
No.
Okay, good, because this sucks.
Yeah, no, I was just curious what the hell this was.
Yeah, so...
I said, I have a pamphlet, and then you went, I also have a pamphlet.
I thought it was
and
funny.
I thought that you got the same pamphlet.
That would have been cool.
And that would have took a lot less time. But I like that we delved into that, too.
Yeah, and I'm glad we decided it's too much.
I don't think that's for us. But
no.
I might read it, because I'm curious why he's so emphatic on having you read it.
What is for us, Drew? What is for us, friendship?
I did agree that each program is, needs to be catered to the individual. Yeah. Each person runs their own program. There's no, like, if you're trying to copy the program of another individual, I don't think it's going to 100% work out for you.
No.
I meant like the little details and nuances, like do the 12 steps to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're getting to sponsorship.
Here we go.
Hey Taylor, what does a sponsor mean to you before I even get into these questions?
A sponsor to me, where I sit now in the chair I am today, the man I am today, Taylor Neely, Taylor Christian Neely.
Because that's the first question: is what is sponsorship?
To me, a sponsor is a man. For me, it would be a fellow man who is an alcoholic who has.
Why would it not be a lady?
Just because people recommend, men with men, women with women. Because if a man with a woman, I feel like
for the
can men and women have
when
sex.
Harry met Sally theory.
If men, because there's just stuff men go
to
through.
Eliminate sexual tension.
Yeah.
Honestly,
you said what I was thinking.
But here's the thing: is men with men at the gay meetings is kind of a little trickier.
Yeah, so
because there is sexual tension.
Sometimes a gay man will have a lesbian sponsor.
Yeah, that's the version of men with.
That makes sense to me.
When we talk about sponsorship in meetings, especially in the old clubhouses, they're like men with men, women with women for obvious reasons.
Because otherwise they're gonna fuck.
We don't want you fucking your sponsor.
They're gonna put the penis in the vagina.
We don't say that anymore. No. Any like actual city meeting.
Some people do.
No, I meant like, let me rephrase. In like a progressive city meeting, that's not said anymore. Ooh, who's calling me? Can we? This might be my car.
Let's go. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Can you pause it or
I'll
not?
cut it out.
Okay, fine. Hello? Yes. I don't understand because when I barely got it to you guys, it would not turn on, and I fiddled with my keys a little bit, and then it popped on. Like the last time I brought it in, there was said something about like a loose cable or something like that. It was like draining the battery. When it turns on, there's a clicking sound in the front. Can you tell them to turn it on and listen to the clicking sound in like right front near the wheel? I'm not crazy. It didn't turn on like at all yesterday, and it was a miracle that it turned on. Like I don't know what's going on with it, but there's something going on with. If you can check it one more time, then I'll just take it somewhere else. But if y'all can take a look at it, you found something before, and it was behaving the exact same way, and giving me the exact same reason of why I took it in before. Does that make sense? But yeah, can you emphasize like the clicking by the front wheel once it's turned on, and then it didn't turn on yesterday. It was dead until it wasn't. It was crazy, but it was dead. I was gonna have to get a jump, but all right, I will. Thank you very much. All right, bye.
And we're back. Here we are.
Never take your car into a Firestone.
It should tighten on that side. No. The down that piece. Right
this?
There. Yeah. It's not it was a cheap
okay.
arm.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it good? Or
Yeah, I think it's good.
Wiggling around.
I think it's good.
I need to get another one of these. That was a waste of money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more comfortable, so it's better than nothing.
So it is good?
Yeah. Never take your car into a Firestone complete auto care.
Really?
Especially the one on Helm.
They
don't know nothing.
Really? Have you had more problems than not?
Yeah. It worked. I took the car in once because it was close to my work.
Yeah.
And they did an okay job. And then I was like, sweet, I'll just take it in.
Auto?
And the past 3 or 4 times have been complete and utter crap. Okay.
There's $1 million in
Anyways,
my coffee.
Yeah, sorry that you have to cut something out now.
I don't care.
What is sponsorship? So we kind of
sponsorship.
We talked about men with women, women with women, and like in the older, like if you go to like older school meetings, they say men with men, women with women for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But with everything changing these days
Yeah.
in terms of like gender roles and shit
Yeah.
like that, we kind of don't say that in city meetings anymore.
Yeah. I guess the skinny answer is it's someone who has gone through the steps, most ideally has a sponsor,
Yeah.
and helps take you through the steps.
Some meetings have rules of like a year or more of sobriety
Yeah.
is suggested. It's never a rule. If you ever hear like these are the hard and fast rules, then hop on out of that meeting because there's no such thing as hard and fast rules.
Yeah.
The steps are always suggestions.
Yes. Hard and fast gruels.
Yeah, I mean that's just delicious oatmeal.
Got to have potatoes. Oh no.
Oh,
sorry,
I was
sorry.
doing oatmeal. Sorry.
So back to sponsorship.
Yeah. So preferably like somebody who's gone. Yeah. Now the big suggestion is someone who's gone through all 12 steps because the sole reason you have a sponsor is having an individual take you through the steps in the way that they were taken through.
So then you can take someone else through the steps.
Yeah.
Because 12th step is then you go forth and spread the word.
Yeah, we'll get back after we get through these FAQs about sponsorship.
Yes.
We'll get back into the 12th step, but it's a two-parter of like you've had a spiritual connection.
That was 12 is what? Having had a spiritual
Yep,
you
got yourself a nice little spiritual connection.
having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps.
Yeah. And a spiritual awakening can be rephrased as a psychic change or just a change in behavior.
Yeah.
You want to share how and what way you have achieved this. And the only way to keep this is to give it away. Is the suggestion. And that's been my experience. That's the easiest way to keep it at least. Is to give it away.
Yeah, and it's the only thing I really have. I've done all 12 steps a few times. And sponsorship is just the place where
You've never sponsored, right?
No.
You never gotten to that point.
I've gotten to the point where I've been raising my hand, but
are you raising your hand now?
no, not now.
Okay. In a moment. Well, you'll raise your hand soon.
I'm close. I'm on I am on step 10. I'm on step like 10, 11.
And you'll be raising your hand far before you're a year sober. So
Yes.
I'm a believer in if you've gone through all 12 steps, you can raise your hand.
Yes.
And by raising your hand, we mean at the end of a meeting, you said who is available to sponsor, and that's for you to raise your hand if you're available to sponsor.
Yeah.
And the newcomer looks around and sees who they connect with.
Yeah.
And then they do that. But in my opinion, the only true role of a sponsor is to take this individual through the 12 steps.
Yeah.
And then to help the individual continue to do step work afterwards.
Yeah.
Your sponsor is not your financial advisor.
Not a place to stay.
Not your dating coach.
No.
Not your landlord.
No.
Not your mechanic.
Yeah.
Not any of that.
Yeah.
And not your mom, not your dad, not your big brother.
Not your little sister, not your iguana, not
your iguana.
Not your car.
Not your Sherpa.
No. He's definitely not.
He ain't the Babadook.
No. He ain't Santa Claus.
Sure as ain't Freddy Krueger.
Sure as shit ain't. Sure as shit ain't the boogeyman.
He ain't Josh Allen.
What'd you say?
Josh Allen.
Josh said the quarterback?
Quarterback for the Bills.
He certainly ain't gonna win you no Super Bowl.
Certainly ain't Patrick Mahomes.
Certainly ain't a
Tommy Two Toes.
ain't a bowl of spaghetti. He certainly ain't gonna fill you up with food.
He ain't no chair that comes to life inside of a playhouse of a little man-child.
No, he certainly is not gonna be your own body and skin.
He's not a multivitamin.
Nope, not that at all.
He ain't a writer about magical things that hates fucking trans people.
He's not J.K. Rowling, that's
Nope.
for sure. He's definitely not the wind between your toes.
Or do you think that's the lyric?
What are you talking
Wind
about?
beneath my toes? Wind beneath your wings? Is that what you're trying to say?
He's not, the wind beneath your sails?
Is that what you're trying to refer to?
No, I'm
okay.
trying to say he's not the grass between the piggies that are on your feet.
He ain't the piggy that went to market all got roast beast.
But what your sponsor is,
Taking you through the steps.
he's a man to take you through the steps. He's none of those things we said before. But what he is a friend. Sometimes a friend.
He ain't no Stanley Cup. He ain't the Stanley Cup.
No.
He ain't a meme about a cup that has a picture of Stan Lee on it.
No, he's not. He's not the Marvel Universe.
He's not the multiverse.
No, neither is he a verse in a song.
No. I think we did it.
Yeah.
You want to get back to the question?
I guess so.
All right.
For
a person...
Did we adequately say what we think a sponsor is?
I think so.
Because what's a sponsor not? We can do it? No. Sponsor's not the rope to hang yourself with.
A belt to asphyxiate yourself with.
No, he's definitely not.
You started.
He's definitely not pornography.
No. Not oncology.
You definitely shouldn't kiss your sponsor.
On the dick or the lips.
Or the asshole.
That's why men are with men.
Men with men and women with women. Here today, it's Adam Sandler now. Oh, I'm going.
I sponsored that shabadoo.
Okay.
Or it's Jack Black. I sponsored that rigatoni.
They might say rigatoni.
Not rigatoni. All right. Shit. This is unhinged.
Oh.
He's not Andrew Dice Clay.
This episode's brought to you by
Andrew Dice Clay's voice sounds.
Andrew Dice Clay's vagina.
Oh, didn't think I had a vagina, did you?
I do not.
Rickety dickety dock, I got a vagina.
Hickory dickory don't.
Ask about my... All right.
About my coochie.
All right.
Scoochie coochie coochie.
I'm gonna power through the next
We're powering
question.
through. Here we go. What?
Oh, should we say what
What's the thing? What's the pamphlet
what the pamphlet
What
says?
does it say? Hi.
Alcoholics Anonymous began with sponsorship
Read
when
it in
Bill
a funny
Dudley,
voice.
only a few months sober, was stricken with the powerful urge to drink. This thought came to him: you need another alcoholic to talk to you. You need another alcoholic just as much as he needs you. He found Dr. Bob, the second member of Alcoholics Anonymous. So, Bill meeting Bob, and we'll get into Dr. Bob's story later, probably podcast 50. Who the hell knows? But that's kept Bill's, honestly, the story goes, Bill was having a tough time of it. He was like 6-7 months sober. Yeah. And he was, more dry than sober, still trying to figure this thing out, trying to do what the Oxford group says, trying to be all religious and shit. But he had a business deal go to shit.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck this shit. I hear chatter and merriment at the hotel bar. Yeah. I want to go there. And he had like a Gollum moment.
Yeah.
Kind of, I feel like we all do when we're about to, or like an angel devil moment when we're about to relapse. He had that moment of like, I'm going to go to the bar. No, yes, no. And instead he chose.
Hey, believe that. I've been there.
Yeah, believe that. On period.
On God.
I did the gay version.
Period?
Yeah.
On period?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
Anyways, he said, Bill's all like, I got to drink on God. But he was acting kind of sus.
Yeah.
I can't do this. This is really hard.
Yeah. Which part?
Trying to talk like a Gen Zer and not.
You don't have to.
Sound like a fool.
I'm not judging you. You don't have to.
Anyways, he had a choice to make whether he was going to go to the bar where he like and he was dry, which means he didn't have that obsession was coming back, and he's like, I really want to fucking drink.
Yeah.
And we have that sometimes, and we call it your alcoholism, or like these chemicals in your brain convincing you like maybe it will be different this time.
Yeah.
Maybe I've learned enough to where I can drink like a normal person. The truth is I never wanted to drink like a normal person. I just wanted to get drunk as possible. But we talked about that.
Yeah.
And he had this moment. And by some act of providence or spiritual thing or just like his own choices, he picked up a phone book and called, I believe, a priest. We'll get into it, the details, but he called hospitals and churches to be like, where are my alcoholics at? Anybody complain about alcoholic?
Yeah.
I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
He got through like 10 numbers or so until he got to Dr. Bob's like assistant, to his wife, and then Dr. Bob was all drunk and shit. But the next day he met and talked to Dr. Bob like only a way an alcoholic can talk to another alcoholic, which is stories and truths.
Yeah.
Where like I drank like that too.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about, like that's like what makes meetings so great is like it's not all sharing war stories, but you share like the struggles you had of like going back and relapsing, and like I know how you feel because I felt that too.
Yeah.
And only we can feel that.
Yes.
Because we had this little thing. So he felt that with Dr. Bob.
Yeah.
And so together they had this connection that they never felt before, and they started working together.
Yeah.
And by working, Dr. Bob relapsed once, but after that, he continued to work with Bill, and then they continued to grow and try to work with others.
Yes.
Try to work with others.
Yes.
It's a fucking pay it forward system, even though the movie was bad, but it's like works like that.
Have you seen the movie?
The movie Pay It Forward.
Oh, no.
No, with Gary Sinise as Abby Thatcher?
No.
What movie?
The movie with James.
Yeah, Gary Sinise is Abby Thatcher.
Okay.
James Woods
James
is.
Woods, yeah. Is it good?
It's all right. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Is it a good representation?
I think it is. Yeah. I think it is.
I need to watch it. I've never watched it.
We're talking about the A movie about this.
Yeah, what's it called?
I don't know. We can look it up.
Yeah.
We probably should look it up.
I'll look it up while you keep saying what you're saying.
So that was the first. So Bill W. was Dr. Bob's sponsor. That's how it worked. And they together figured out.
It's called Bill W.
Okay.
Wait, no, sorry, that's not it.
W. No, that's a different movie.
My name is Bill W.
That's it. My
TV
name is,
movie, 1989.
Yeah, my name is Bill W.
1989.
It's a well-made TV movie. It's like, it looks really good.
Yeah, James Woods. Won one Primetime Emmy.
The hope is, sponsorship responsibility is unwritten and informal, but it is a basic part of AA approach to recovery from alcoholism through the 12 steps. Sponsorship can be a long-term relationship. Sponsorship can also mean the responsibility the group as a whole as for helping the newcomer. Today, more and more alcoholics arriving at their first AA meeting have had no prior contact with AA. They have not telephoned a local AA intergroup or central office. No member has made the 12-step call on them. So especially for newcomers, groups are recognizing the need to provide some form of sponsorship help. In many successful groups, sponsorship is one of the most important planned activities of the members. So it's that relationship.
Yeah.
It's a one-on-one relationship between alcoholics.
Yeah.
I think that's if you reduce it down to its like barest function and barest form.
Yeah.
Truest form.
Yeah.
It's that. It's like this could be a sponsorship if we want it to be.
Yes.
But I don't know. We're too good of friends to be sponsored. Sponsee. I tried to sponsor a friend and I don't know. To me, it works better as a.
Yeah, I feel like
I
feel like if you're going to be friends with your sponsor, I think it needs to start out as a sponsor relationship first, and then it blossoms.
If you know the person too well, I feel like
rose.
You can't be as honest.
Huh?
Like a rose?
Yeah.
Blossom in a rose. The roses will bloom in June. That's a direct line from Secret Garden. Shout out Secret Garden. Little sickly boy goes to the garden, becomes unsick. Little girl's parents die of cholera in India. She's got to move in with those yes English people.
Talk your shit. Come on.
It's a secret garden.
Ooh.
That was great.
Too many.
Okay, so we kind of have an idea of what's.
Hey, I'm loose on the keys.
Hey,
I'm loose on the keys.
Of what sponsorship should be. Sponsorship should be a little bit of. With sprinkled in with a little bit of.
This one. Is that what you wanted? What did you want?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was gonna. That's all.
Here are your options.
Is the room.
Those are your options.
That's not what sponsorship is.
That's what active addiction is.
Yeah, this is your head.
Make it stop.
Yeah.
And only a sponsor can make it stop. Well, not only, but you could lose your arms and legs.
Arms and legs.
Arms and legs. So
the idea is to call your sponsor every day for the newcomer. Like if you're just coming in, to form a routine.
Yeah. My sponsor, I've been calling other people recently. I was calling my sponsor every day for the first 2 months.
Yeah.
And then he opened a new business and he's been busy.
Should still probably call him every day. It doesn't matter.
I know I need to call him. But it's been hard it's hard to reach him. We keep playing phone tag.
But in my experience, after the 12 steps are through, then the phone calls are normally every other day or I still call my sponsor probably 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, I need to call him. I haven't talked to him in a minute.
Okay. How many times?
How many minutes are we in?
Yeah.
44.
Oh, good. Okay, we have time. Okay, so let's get back into the questions. So we covered what a sponsor looks like. What does a sponsor? Well, maybe in the questions we'll get to it. Let's get to the questions. How does sponsorship differ from 12-step calls? Okay, so what's a 12-step call?
I've never been on one, but 12-step call is a guy is like
kind of more old school.
Help.
Yeah. It used to be people made the 12-step call towards the active alcoholic, which in my mind I'm like, what?
Yeah.
The more modern 12-step calls are people that go to meetings at recovery centers and share their experience. I think that's the healthiest 12-step.
Yeah.
Now, a true 12-step call is somebody who knows that you are sober and they need help.
Yeah.
And they call you not knowing exactly what they need.
Mm-hmm.
And then you help.
Yeah.
That happened to me a couple weeks ago with a buddy that knew I was sober, didn't fully understand what the program was. So that's a 12-step call. But they're true. I'm not their fucking sponsor.
Right.
I will take him through to as many meetings as he wants to go to. I'll check in on him. But I am not taking him through the steps. Now, if you ask me to, I think I have to do my due diligence. I gotta be careful. Oy
vey.
Oy vey. Sponsorship already. And sponsor to the best of my ability, even though he is my friend.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. Do you have anything to add on that?
Not really.
All right. I'll ask this question. You start. I feel like I've been talking to like more than anything in this podcast, so I apologize.
Not the beginning.
That's true. We went all crazy.
Yeah.
How does they say pretty much what we said. Sponsorship is the continued relationship of one alcoholic and the other as they're going through the steps.
Yes.
How does sponsorship help the newcomer?
Sponsorship helps the newcomer. I mean, if it's
it seems like a simple question, but I think the answer is good. Like important.
You're
not being tested on this.
No, I know. I just don't know. How does it help the newcomer? It's what you do.
Gives them structure.
Yeah. It's also like what we do.
If I'm brand new coming into this, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It took me a little bit to get a sponsor, but then like sponsorship is just like it's getting a sponsor is like part of the deal.
Yeah.
It's how you get. I mean, it helps probably a newcomer not only get introduced to the steps, but also like start to be a part of the fellowship and like.
So the only way you can have success in a 12-step program is do the 12 steps.
Yeah.
And I've never witnessed somebody do 12 steps by themselves.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to do.
Yeah. I don't know how you would 12-step yourself.
Yeah. Like if somebody's done it successfully, let me know how you did it.
Yeah.
In the comments below.
Yeah. In the comments below this video, let us know.
And so if you want to go through the steps as fast as possible, you have to find someone to take you through the steps as fast as possible.
Yeah. And I don't know. How do you feel about, do you think steps should be done quickly, slowly? It depends. Case by case
basis.
As
fast as possible.
Yeah.
As fast as possible.
Yeah.
And now, by as fast as possible, they used to do them over a weekend.
Yeah.
I don't think they have to be done. I think they have to be done thoughtfully.
Yeah.
And I don't think they can be done over the weekend. But maybe I don't know. It's different for each person.
Week?
Step a week's great. That's like in terms of like as fast as possible. Yeah. Like step a week is great. Or hit like the tandem steps in 1 week. Like hit 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. Liquid Death, don't ever sponsor us.
Don't you dare. You make me burp too much.
I like how we brought up sponsorship at the beginning. This is a good
Oh, that's funny.
Isn't that great? Yeah, we did it.
I didn't even connect that.
Will you be our sponsor? Talking to everyone but Liquid Death is the title
Liquid
of
Death.
this.
I kind of like what you share sometimes. I was wondering take me through if you would sponsor me.
As Liquid Death, I appreciate you saying that. I'm already sponsoring a lot of podcasts, but I can give you some suggestions.
I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna drink if you don't sponsor me. Just guilting someone into sponsoring you.
What was I talking about? What were we talking about?
Something good.
Something. It was good. I almost said something. Anyways.
Okay, next question then.
Yeah, next question. It's important. What was I going to say? It's important for a newcomer.
JFK, welcome to the podcast, JFK.
Important. Ich bin a good sponsor. I don't know. Jelly Donut is a great sponsor.
JFK, are you what's your like daily routine?
I take my guts and I put them back in my head.
What? You're crazy, JFK. You're a crazy guy.
I've been naturally lobotomized.
I feel like I want to.
I don't like being a zombie.
Okay, can you do Jimmy Stewart? I want Jimmy Stewart more.
Oh, yeah. I never saw him. I never saw the shot. People are blaming me for shooting JFK.
Jimmy Stewart,
what?
You're a prime suspect.
Lee Harvey was right next to me.
You were in the building?
No, I wasn't. I didn't even say. You didn't even ask for me. I don't even want to sponsor nobody. No how.
Jimmy Stewart,
Yeah.
Where were you on that day? The fateful day?
What day? Well, I was trying to save the building alone from Mr. Potter. I don't know why my father started this whole building alone anyhow.
Jimmy Stewart, we have this Polaroid of you kissing.
I only kiss Murray. Murray's the only one that I'm just now George Bailey.
I don't know who George Bailey is.
Wonderful Life. Who gave you that? Who trickery? Clarence? They do that. Wish I had $1 million. Hot dog. All right, I'm done.
Where's the world where Alex Jones does a conspiracy theory that Jimmy Stewart was there?
That's my Alex Jones. Frogs. All right.
Ooh, a little tag. A little tag.
Pull that thread.
For those just listening, we had a visual gag happen.
So, back to the questions. Next question. How should a sponsor be chosen? I think that's a really good question.
I think it's someone probably who's sharing something you relate to.
Yeah.
In a meeting.
This is important. This is important because I saw the opposite of this happen in the meeting 2 days ago. It's important for the newcomer. Yeah. You don't like to pull it? Do you don't have scissors?
I do, but this was the closest thing.
Wow. Stabby. This is the important thing. It's important for the newcomer to choose his or her own sponsor.
It's important.
It's important. Man, this is unhinged, what we've done today.
Oops.
We did it again, baby.
Oops, accident.
I mean, this is present day Britney level of unhinged.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little dance with our underwear. Really,
our
weirdly.
knives. Yeah, we did a knife. We'll do it with a box cutter.
Yeah.
I saw the opposite happen on Monday, where a dude from, I'll say it, we've talked about him before, Complete Abandon. It's an AA cult. That's the AA cult in Georgia, and nobody from there is gonna listen to this. No. But if you do, get out of there.
Hey, if you do, thanks for listening.
Yeah, and get out of there.
Get out of there. Come to, I don't know, you don't have to you don't have to stop your medication. You don't have to sleep on the floor.
Detox responsibly.
So obviously.
But my point, I didn't mean to cut you off like that. You said obviously.
No.
What were you going to say?
We were so on the rails.
Complete Abandon has people go to the newcomer and be like, I'm your sponsor now.
Yeah. Oh, that's nuts.
Or try to do that. Yeah. And I saw that happen at our home group, and I felt away.
Yeah.
And
what did he say? Did he say, hey, I'm your sponsor now?
No.
What did he say?
Do you have my buddy got a white chip.
Yeah.
And a meeting ended, and this guy who has there's a look that you have when you're part of a Complete Abandon. It's like almost homelessy, but not quite.
Yeah.
And this was one of these guys that are on the higher tier. He goes, do you have a sponsor yet? And he's like, do you want to go outside to talk about sponsorship?
Oh.
So they try to pull him away from the group.
Yeah.
And invite them to their clubhouse.
Yeah.
But that's all they can do.
Yeah.
And so I quickly, once he was separate a little bit, I was like, yo, ask what his home group is.
Yeah.
And he asked what his home group is, and it was Complete Abandon. And I was like, you cannot have that guy be your sponsor. Yeah. And it was like, literally anyone else here, you're good.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's an example of how not to do it. A sponsor going up to somebody and be like, I'm your sponsor now.
Yeah. That's wild to see firsthand.
Yeah. The newcomer goes up to the person that they connect with and said, I need a sponsor. Will you be my temporary sponsor?
Yeah. Because all sponsors are temporary.
All sponsors are temporary.
Technically.
But it's good to say temporary sponsor because it gives you an out to where you're not firing or breaking up with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't want to. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
what did
I
they
agree.
say? This is kind of old school. You want me to read what they say?
I'm listening.
The process of matching newcomer and sponsor is as informal as anything else in AA. Often the new person simply approaches a more experienced member who seems compatible and asks that member to be a sponsor. Most AAs are happy and grateful to receive such a request. And if somebody isn't, then they were never meant to be your sponsor anyways. An old AA saying suggests stick with the winners. That's good too.
Yeah.
Like that, like obviously you connect with somebody and you see that that's how I found my sponsor, is like he seemed to have something figured out that I didn't.
Yeah.
And I wanted to also figure it out. And he just felt comfortable in his own skin. It was as simple as that. He was just like, that's what he exuded, that exhale.
Yeah.
I was like, show me what to do.
Yeah.
There are no specific rules, but a good sponsor probably should be a year or more away from the last drink thing and should seem to be enjoying sobriety.
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Why would you choose a sad sack?
Yeah.
Why would you choose a poopy butthole?
Why would you choose someone that's a real piece of shit?
Why would you choose a guy with his dick helicoptering out everywhere? That's weird.
You choose someone that used to be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
They used to like,
People can change.
Yeah.
People can have a psychic change in spirituals.
yeah, someone that used to have slick back hair.
You think this is slick back?
Yeah.
This is pushback.
They used to have sloppy steaks at Trifani's. Chicken
Spaghetti at
Ciccolini.
Ciccolini's.
But someone that used to do that. They don't do that anymore. White Ferrari.
Could never plug. I think you should leave more.
Always live for New Year's Eve.
Live for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I think you should leave. Greatest sketch show in my
Yeah.
opinion ever.
I wonder
made.
if there'll be a fourth season.
There has to be, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be. You gonna do one more question?
One more
Peace
question.
out.
And we'll peas out.
Peas out.
You need a ride
Give
home?
peas the
What
chance.
what's going on?
No,
Do you drive here?
I borrowed my mommy's car.
Oh, okay.
My mommy
Is
let
the
me
car we got in a
borrow
car accident in?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's quite a story.
Yeah.
That dude was messed up.
Yeah.
All of our kids were like not in seatbelts.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
surprised.
Ugh. And then the cop was like, whatever.
Cop didn't give a shit.
Like, dude, what? We got, anyways. Should sponsor a newcomer be as much alike as possible?
Twins.
It doesn't matter. No, I don't like.
Yeah,
that
you should
last
probably
question.
dress like your sponsor.
Yeah, like and you should be as different looking as possible, so it's really funny when you
Yeah,
dress
yeah,
alike.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Well,
and twins.
my current sponsor, he's a pretty big guy.
Yeah, y'all
So
should dress just alike.
Yeah.
So cute. I need a better question.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it,
yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Getting the next question, queuing it up. Drew's gonna tell us what's the next cue. What's it gonna be?
May a newcomer change sponsors? That's a great
As
question.
many times as you need.
Yes, that's why we say temporary.
Yeah.
If a sponsor is crossing the line,
Yeah.
if he's doing something that's making you feel uncomfortable,
Yeah. Trying to kiss you, threatening you with a knife.
yeah, making you be the judge at his cake decorating competitions for two,
And you're not ready.
like, what is
you're not
going
ready
on?
for that thing.
And he's like, puts the cake there, and he's like, what do you think?
What do you
You're
think?
like, this isn't. There's nothing in the book about this.
This is bacon.
Yeah.
You gave me bacon at it's good cake though. Good cake. This is good cake.
I'm gonna go. Not until you taste the cake. And then you like jiggle the door and it's locked. And you're like, how do we get out of this?
And then all the cardboard cutouts of the people there fall down. It's just you and the sponsor left.
he did a Home Alone on me. Yeah. So if that happens, if there's like,
Then maybe get a new sponsor.
if any red flags happen, or if you think there's a red flag, talk to an experienced member of AA and be like, well, what do you think? This is like a common thing to talk about. That's what we always say. And a sponsor can drop you if you're fucking around.
Yeah.
And not doing shit.
Yeah.
Like I had to have a talk recently with a dude who's like, hell no, there's no way he'll ever listen to this. So, but I lack in connection with him, but doesn't matter. He asked me to be his sponsor.
Do I know him?
No.
Okay.
This is my like sponsee-ish. It's like, doesn't feel like a full sponsee. Because he calls maybe like twice a month.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like he's not an alcoholic. He's a drug addict.
Yeah.
And so, He never seemed to ever have a problem with alcohol, so we could never really connect on that. But we connect on drug addiction.
Yeah.
But all he wanted to do is go through the steps. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm here for. But usually there's like a rhythm that you have with the other person.
Yeah.
Like the sponsor.
Right.
Like they call you, we do some steps. It feels like this. And for me, I'm just like hitting the ball and waiting for him to hit it back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he's like, oh, then he.
Yeah.
And every time I suggest we're going to step, he does it.
Yeah.
But I also don't believe anything he says.
Yeah. Interesting.
I don't know. I've had this discussion with my sponsor what to do. And he's like, just keep going through the steps. But long story short, I'm like, dude, I'm not going to call you anymore.
Yeah.
Because it got to the point where I was calling him and being like, are you still good? And he's like, yeah, let's do a step.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not calling you anymore. If you want this, you're going to have to call me and we'll go through it.
Yeah.
He's called me twice this week. But sometimes they'll be like, all right, and never call back.
Yeah.
But you're going to have those moments on both sides of the relationship.
Yeah. Wow.
I've talked so much in this podcast, man. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay.
It should have been a give and take.
I'm just not hitting the ball back, I guess.
Yeah, you're like my sponsee-ish.
I guess just like that.
This is actually a talk we're meaning to have. You just got to talk more. Otherwise, you can't be doing this podcast.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry, man. Sometimes you bring in a pamphlet. And,
do you have a bad sponsor experience?
My first sponsor in Ohio, he told me he like only went to one meeting a week. He said like that's good enough for him.
Okay.
And I don't really have a bad sponsor experience. I've only had 4 total. I'm on my 4th.
Let's see. I don't think I've had a real bad. I've always been the fuck up or like the person that doesn't put his all into it.
Yeah.
I reconnected with my first ever sponsor recently, and the last time I saw him, I told him thank you.
Yeah.
He used to be a resentment that I had, but I was just young, and I was like, he didn't care about me.
Yeah.
There was a moment where I had tickets to see Dimitri Martin, the comedian. He was like really big back then. It was like 2011.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had a sponsor though.
Right.
And I was like, can you go to this with me? And he's like, okay, can I bring my girlfriend?
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And I gave them 2 free tickets to go see Dimitri Martin.
Yeah.
And I was like the third wheel.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, fuck this. And I like sat. So that was a weird thing.
Yeah.
That was
Just uncomfortable?
It was that I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
And that became like a festering resentment.
Yeah.
And like I felt like I saw how other sponsors were sponsees, and he wasn't like that with me. Granted, I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
So I had my feelings.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
His job was to take me through the 12 steps.
Yeah.
He was doing this. His job was not to be my friend.
Yeah.
And I was like, why aren't you my best friend?
Yeah.
All that being said, I was like, last week I saw him, I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
I would have never known how to do this without.
And that was how old were you?
I was 20 then, so this is 13 years later.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He still lives in Atlanta?
Yeah.
And you do too?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was so happy to see me. He saw.
Have you seen him since then, like here and there? Or
Not really.
Oh, wow.
I saw him once when I was with another sponsor.
Yeah.
And then he talked to my sponsor and be like, we'll get him there. I was like, fuck you, I'm in the room.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me like I'm not in the room.
Yeah.
I was like 24 then.
Yeah.
So that built the resentment.
It only took 10 years, Drew.
Yeah. It took 10 years. 11.
Yeah.
10 and a half. I don't know. I've had countless sponsors, but they're like fits and starts. But none of them were bad.
Yeah.
It was all me that was like, you're not how I thought you would be.
Yeah. And hey, maybe you talked more during this podcast because you have more experience sponsoring than I do. I don't have any experience.
Well, that's how you're going to stay sober for a long term,
right?
In my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what changed for me.
I will do it. I'm ready to do it once I get there. Once I get through the steps this time, I'm going to raise my hand. I'm going to share more. I'm going to not.
You're already sharing more. You're already raising your hand. You're doing a great job of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We spatula it out from the spatula your body, lifted you back up, and now you're
spatulaed me out.
You know what I mean? Like you're fucking low. It's like kind of a miracle you're here right now.
Made it back?
I don't know.
Because I was going to come back unless I died.
Yeah, you showed me your gun, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, hey. That's a he said, she said situation.
That being said, no, I'm just like glad.
Yeah.
you are where you are is what I meant.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. That was weird. I'm glad you are where you are, and you're gonna be able to share your experience specifically with your first ever sponsor.
Oh, there was I did this interview for,
people are gonna love you as a sponsor too.
I did this article for I'm gonna find it right here right now. It's this article for WAB. What is that? NPR?
Yeah. I saw that for Stand Up for Recovery.
Yeah, and we were the podcast was mentioned in there.
We were?
Because I did part of it.
Oh, nice.
All it says is for the part that's mentioned is comedian and actor. Well, I am not an okay. Comedian.
Aren't we all actors
Taylor
every day
Neely
of our lives?
Is a frequent collaborator with Stand Up for Recovery.
Is it typos again? Does it say collaborator? Yeah,
collaborator with Stand Up for Recovery, and also hosts a podcast related to his road to recovery, Sober Boys, courtesy of Taylor Neely. This is all. I mean, we did an hour and 20 minutes, and obviously he didn't have much. He is like 600 some words. So, but my thing was after several relapses related to alcohol and substance abuse, Neely.
This is your quote, or this is about you?
This is about me.
Ooh.
Neely, who co-hosts a podcast series dedicated to his road to recovery, is more determined than ever before to maintain his footing. Getting and staying sober is scary, said Neely, but I am beyond grateful, and I can never express how grateful I am where I have been introduced to a way of life where I don't have to drink, I don't have to do drugs, I can be happy with the person I am, I can like who I am, I can just be free. And that's a fine quote. I'm fine with it.
You said it? You said that?
I guess so. I don't know. I don't remember. I said a lot during the thing, but I am...
That's cool. I didn't know you even did that interview.
Yeah, it was like last week.
The fuck, you didn't tell me.
I
also have a co-host that speaks most of the time.
I meant to talk about it at the beginning of the show, but it is like the interview we did, he could write a whole article on just what we talked about. And it's just,
oh yeah, they cut it down like crazy.
I don't know how you're able to get an hour some interview down to how do you pick the best out of that? That's
It's never picking the best. It's what's like punchiest.
Yeah.
Like what flows best. Editing.
Hey, I was grateful to be a part of it. The article is called, if you want to check it out, Atlanta Comedians Stand Up for Addiction and Mental Health Recovery Awareness. It's by Kenny Murray. It was a good interview. I had fun.
Nice.
He talked to me the other night outside of Limerick saying it was very touching. It was good. A lot of God talk and not funny at all. But sometimes recovery can be funny, but also it is not funny.
We're rarely funny on this. We make each other laugh, but
Yes.
I can't imagine anybody sticking through this one.
Hey, we have our listenership.
Thanks, you two people.
Or whoever's listening to this. Much appreciation. Guys, we have... that's it for this episode.
Thank you. We'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week with a rip-roaring episode. You're going to...
More frequently asked questions on sponsorship. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get back to reading the book.
We might not even do the
fucking
pamphlet.
nuts.
Maybe we'll do my pamphlet.
Yeah, I kind of want to read your pamphlet. I might highlight some crazy shit.
It might make you shoot your head. It's so boring.
Shoot your own head. By head, we mean head of your penis.
You shoot your penis off, kid. Guys,
You'll shoot your dick off. That was the original Christmas story. Instead of you shoot your eye out, the original script said, you'll shoot your dick off.
But then they would have had to make it quadruple X because...
I think just PG-13.
PG-13.
I want to go in each one and just like ADR. You'll shoot your dick off.
Yeah.
All right.
Bozo dubs over.
Fuck.
You'll shoot your fucking dick off. Who are these fucking kids I want to jackal?
There's like one view.
Yeah.
Did you make this?
Guys, thank you so much for listening. I've been Taylor Neely.
I'm still and have also been Drew. Drew Quillian.
I mean...
Is that the first time I said my last name?
Literally everyone knows your last name by now.
Oh, damn.
You can only hide in the darkness for so long. He's juggling, folks. That means we got to stop the episode. Oh, God. Guys, thank you so much. This has been another episode of Sober Boys.
It's hard to juggle.
It's excellent that you listen. It's excellent that you're here. I'm so happy that you even listen at all.
Your melatonin's on the ground. I'm sorry.
God, just pick them up.
You sure?
Thanks, guys. Bye.